Last month, Canada made several important updates to its immigration system, from new PR pathway for refugees to its expanded citizenship policy and a major change in work permit eligibility. To know more, make sure that you watch the entire episode. Hello and welcome to MyConsultant show, your go-to source on monthly updates on Canada immigration. We are starting today's episode with a major change in post-graduation work permit, followed by Canada expanding its citizenship policy. Next, the latest express entry draws that were held last month, and the extension of new PR pathway for refugees. On June 25th this year, IRCC made some major changes to the list of educational programs that make any international student qualify for the post-graduation work permit. These changes apply to those international students who are in a non-degree program, which means a program that does not lead to doctoral, bachelor's or master's degree. So if you are in a certificate or diploma program, this update is for you. Since November 1st, 2024, students in non-degree programs must be enrolled in a field of study that's linked to the jobs in long-term labor shortages in order to be eligible for a post-graduation work permit after graduation. Now, as of June 25th this year, here's what's new. 119 new fields of study have been added in this list, mostly in healthcare, social services, education, and skilled trades. 178 fields of studies have been removed from the list because the occupations they relate to are no longer facing labor shortages. But here's some good news for international students who are already in the system. If you applied for your study permit before June 25th this year, then this change does not apply to you. So what does this mean for future international students? If you want to study in any diploma or certificate program, make sure that the field of study that you have selected is in the list of eligible programs for post-graduation work permit. The total number of eligible programs for post-graduation work permit is 920. If you want to find the full updated list, you can visit the official website canada.ca. An important update that could impact Canadian families around the world. The Canadian government has introduced Bill C-3, a new law that will allow Canadian citizens who are living abroad to pass on their citizenship to their children who are also living outside Canada. Right now, there is something called first generation limit, which means that if you are a Canadian citizen living abroad and you have a child that was born outside Canada, your child will not be getting Canadian citizenship automatically. This rule has been in place for years, but it is no longer reflects how Canadian families live today. Many Canadians live, work, or raise families overseas, and the current law leaves their children without access to the citizenship they should be entitled to. That's where Bill C-3 comes in the picture. This new law will make Canadian citizenship more fair, inclusive, and modern. Here's what the bill would do. First, it would automatically give citizenship to people who were denied in the past because of the first generation limit or old laws. Second, it would create a new rule going forward. Children born or adopted outside Canada could still get citizenship if one of their Canadian parents spent at least 3 years physically living in Canada before the child was born or adopted. This change would benefit Canadians working or living abroad, children born to Canadian parents outside Canada, families split across countries because of outdated laws. IRCC will work as quickly as possible to bring these changes into effect and will provide more information on the eligibility on their official website soon. Now let's talk about the express entry draws that were held last month. IRCC invited several candidates from different programs to apply for permanent residency through these draws. Here is the quick breakdown of the June draws. On June 26th, a draw for the Canadian Experience class took place with a minimum comprehensive ranking system, that is CRS score of 521, and 3,000 invitations were sent out. Just 3 days before, on June 23rd, draw for the Provincial Nominee Program, that is PNP, was held with a CRS score of 742 and a total of 503 invitations were issued. On June 12th, there was another draw for Canadian Experience class with a CRS score of 529, inviting 3,000 invitations to apply. On June 10th, another draw for the Provincial Nominee Program was held with a CRS score of 784 and a total number of 125 invitations were issued. On June 4th, there was a targeted draw for candidates in healthcare and social services with a CRS score of 504, inviting 500 individuals to apply. And on June 2nd, draw for the Provincial Nominee Program was held with a CRS score of 726 and a total of 277 invitations were issued. In 2025 so far, IRCC has issued 38,845 invitations to apply through express entry. Great news for refugees around the world as well as Canadian employers. Canada has extended its Economic Mobility Pathways pilot until December 31st this year. This move is to support Canada in filling its major labor shortages gaps, as well as providing the opportunities to refugees across the world to build their new life in Canada. The EMPP is Canada's first program designed specifically for refugee labor mobility. It gives skilled refugees and other displaced individuals a chance to immigrate through economic pathways, separate from traditional refugee resettlement. In short, this program helps Canadian employers in finding workers in critical sectors, as well as it helps refugees in building their new life in Canada. Since it began, the EMPP has welcomed 970 people to Canada between 2019 and March 2025. Many of them are working in healthcare, construction, and food services. For 2025, the federal EMPP will continue with an intake cap of 950 applications under its job offer stream. That means nearly 1,000 more skilled workers will have a chance to immigrate through this pathway. The EMPP is part of Canada's larger immigration strategy. It promotes economic growth, filling labor gaps in key industries, and supporting newcomers in settling and contributing to communities across the country. To know more about EMPP and apply as a candidate or as an employer, please visit canada.ca. That's all for today. Thank you so much for joining us this month. If you are looking for more information and updates on Canada immigration, then please make sure that you subscribe to our MyConsultant.ca YouTube channel. You can also visit our website MyConsultant.ca, where you can find an authorized immigration and citizenship consultant. I am Tina Batra and I'll see you next month.